Hey guys, today I'm gonna do a project breakdown with you guys. It's a recent project that I've done with two of my musician friends. Because of COVID-19 and isolation, we've done our part in our home separately, and over the internet, we just put everything together, including the video and the audio, voiceover, and all that. So today I'm gonna show you guys what I've done to make this project, even though the pianist doing her part. Another vocalist doing her part at her home, and then I'm doing my part at my studio. So how do I put all these together with some extra stuff so that the project or the music itself will sound a little richer and slightly more presentable? Now, let's go to my project now. Let's see, where is it? Okay, here we go. So you can see myself and the project. So this project is a cover of When You Believe by Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. So this is a long time ago. I've done that about 10 years ago myself, and it's really nice to revisit this song with two of my friends. Now, Kathy, it's the pianist. So she was playing piano at her home. And if you want to check out their channel, I include a link right here, so you can click on that, and also include a link to this music project, the final product of how it sounds like. Here's the link as well, so you guys can check it out later. And also, if you like the content, please like and subscribe my channel, and it helps me to create more content for you guys and more project breakdown and just tips here and there to show you what I've done, and maybe it's some simple steps that you can actually follow and implement in your own project in the future. So here we go. So let's see. So initially I got the piano part. So that's the very first thing that I got from Kathy. It's an upright piano at home, and because of the setup, and everybody knows that miking a piano is really, really difficult. So what I've done, I did some cleanup to the piano part, take out some of the room reverb, and also EQ the piano a little bit, and then put in my own reverb here, but I'm not gonna do that right now. So here's the piano part. But because of the piano with two voices, it sounds pretty bland. And what I've done is I did use the feature of Logic Pro 10. This is called beat mapping. So I'm going to go over beat mapping later in another tutorial if you guys are interested. Basically, I beat map my tempo. Okay, normally in a Logic Pro 10 or Logic project, your tempo is fixed already, so you can do your songwriting and whatnot with the tempo you chose. But because the piano part came first before I opened the project, and it's a live piano, so the tempo is going to change a little bit. So this is not the perfect situation, because you see the beat mapping is not really perfect unless you spend a lot of time in fixing or smoothing out the tempo. Otherwise, it's going to be like in chunks. Okay, that's why it may sound a little weird, but it's a very small project, a very short time, short deadline project. So what I've done, I beat mapped to the piano part. Ignore the first part, because the first part is very it's not very accurate. So what it does is Logic will detect the transient of your instrument and decide where is beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. Now you can of course choose how many beats in a bar for Logic to detect. Right now I just chose, for whatever reason, just 2 beats per bar. So if I did choose more beats, it may be more accurate, but because of the time, and sometimes it's not accurate, you have to fix each point, right? So because of the time restraint, I just did whatever I could at that moment. Now, after beat mapping, why did I do that? Now, after beat mapping, the piano part is already lined up with the bars, okay? Which is very nice because it allows me to do other things to it. For example, adding some percussion so that it's, like, I don't want to add too much to the project because it's just piano and 2 voices. And anything else is just kind of underneath to support the music rather than taking over the piano part, because it's supposed to be piano with vocals. So what I did, I add a lot of things. I add the drums. If you wear headphones, you can tell the difference already. So there's some kind of rhythm, or especially if you hear the hi-hat, it's going to add more high frequency to your track, which is important because the piano, it's very after the fixing of the piano, because of the room ambient and the reverb and all that, it doesn't sound nice anymore. In theory, you can actually export or extract the piano part with MIDI, some kind of software to replace the piano. But in this case, I'm not going to do that. So beat mapping is also important. It's also very useful if you are replacing drum, which Logic has a function to do that, which I can go over later on in the future. Now, besides the drums, I also added some other things. For example, strings to support the bottom and overall frequency. And then the next thing that I add is very important, I think. And also, it's not noticeable, but without it, you can miss the feeling of it, which is bass. In this case, I actually used, I can show you what instrument I used, but let me show you this first. This is the bass from Impact Soundworks. It's a bass. So if you wear headphones, you can tell. So this is the bass. Now, let's see, what else did I add? So with everything added together, of course, the project will sound fuller, okay? Even a simple project, you can make it sound very good. I mean, like all the collaboration right now with just a home-based recording, you can actually make it sound good with additional instruments. Oh, yeah, I was going to show you what I used. I don't even remember sometimes. Okay. For the strings part, as you can see, I actually layered 2 different libraries together. It's Symphonic Strings by Spitfire and also Jaeger by, what is this? Audio-Technica, I think. Okay. And then the bass I showed you already is Impact Soundworks. And the drum parts, the yellow track here is actually from Logic itself. So it's pretty simple to use. Now, I have added one more thing here as a riser to kind of build up, because this is the last section of the song. With every instrument, how can I build up a little bit more? I used the effect riser, which this one is by Native Instrument, Rise and Hit. So basically, that's what I added. Simple. Who knows? But effective. So let's hear it. Let's say from this part. Hope is very near. There can be miracles. Right? So this is very simple, basic arrangement based on just the piano part. I added the strings, okay? Of course, you have to analyze all the chords and all that, right? But once you have the chords from the sheet music, you can play around with it. You can add a lot of different sound effects and instruments to it, which is fun to do. Now, in terms of vocal, I have spent another tutorial talking about how to fix the vocal, like 7 steps, 7 simple steps to fix the vocal to make it sound more professional, even this like a home-based recording. So you can check those out. And this is pretty much it. And I'll include a link to the actual project and to Hilly and Calf's channel you can check out. They have done a lot of other home-based recording sessions of, singing as well, which is very nice. But in this case, this one I added different instruments like strings, bass, drums, effects to make it sound a little bit more because another reason I did that because it's 2 voices against a piano, so it's overpowering to the piano, right? So I need some other support to the overall music so that it's more balanced. Anyway, so that's about it. So this is not very complicated a project to do because it's just a few more tracks in addition to whatever I have already received from my musicians. So, and then of course at the end I've done some basic mastering with OTT, with Ozone 9. I can go over with these later on if you guys interested in I'll do that in another tutorial. Make sure you like and subscribe to help me make more contents for you guys, and check out this channel more frequently. Other projects that I've done, I've included links above as well, and you guys can check it out, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.